Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dan Gazaway, your mental performance coach. The other day I asked one of my students what video he would like me to talk about. And a couple of days ago I was teaching him a lesson. We were in a session and he said, why don't you talk about what we talked about the other day about slowing everything down? That really helped me. So most of us spend our lives running around, gas pedal to the floor. We never stop and smell the roses. We're running 100 miles an hour. I get texts all of the time from parents who are saying, hey, Susie has 4 basketball games. She had 5 practices this week. Although that is good, sometimes we just never, that's a lot of experience, but sometimes we just need to step back and give our brains a reboot and allow our right brain to enjoy some creativity and focus and reboot our system. So I'm going to show you a couple of things today. We're going to be talking about breathing exercises that will help you relax, live in the present moment. Now, this is the classic reboot. If you're familiar with breathing exercises, you know they can promote stress reduction, they can improve your focus, they can enhance your endurance, you can recover faster. There are so many benefits to breathing. And what I want to talk about first is, in sports psychology, we call this diaphragmatic breathing, or I just call it the classic reboot. And it's very simple, and you can use this anytime. You don't need to be playing sports. When somebody pulls out in front of you and you get a little bit angry, you get upset, or you're a little bit frustrated, this can help you calm down and reboot your system. But the first thing you want to do in this breathing system is stop whatever you're doing. I want you to pick a spot, and obviously you don't want to be driving when you're doing this. You want to be relaxed. Stop whatever you're doing, walking, talking, and hyper-focus on one spot. It could be a leaf on a tree. It could be the top of this camera that I'm looking at right now. And what you're going to want to do is start focusing on your breathing. What I want you to do, and you can practice this exercise right now if you're not driving, is breathe in your nose for 4 seconds. So for 4 seconds, staring at that spot, and exhale for 6 seconds or so. And most of the time, people are going to feel immediate relaxation, immediate reboot, immediate refocus. Now, as easy as this exercise is, you can do this anytime. And just remember, the exhale is going to be longer than the inhale. And you can repeat this 2 times and you should be able to reset. A lot of batters, when they go up to the plate, you'll see them put their bat out like this and stare at their bat. They're doing either visualization exercises at the same time they're doing breathing, but they're picking a spot, they're rebooting everything, making sure that they're relaxed and ready to perform. You'll see this in tennis, you'll see this in golf. People will take a step back and start this type of reboot. Now, there are many different breathing exercises. This is just one. I'm going to share another one here in a minute after I share this experience. But I was working with one of my pitchers the other day on his pitching mechanics, and I noticed this a lot with a lot of pitchers, they'll hold their breath throughout their entire throwing motion. And this actually causes a lot of tension when they play. Oftentimes, we know that relaxed muscles are, or tense muscles are, relaxed muscles are smooth, right? And we want to play smooth. We want to enhance our performance by doing that. Tense muscles are slow muscles. A relaxed arm is a fast arm. Tense arms are very slow. And oftentimes we will hold our breath, and that brings that tension. So the other day we were working, and I said, okay, we're throwing from the stretch position. I said, okay, when you get into the stretch position, take a breath and hold it just for a second. But while he was lifting his leg up, he would take a deep breath, hold his breath in, and throw. And a lot of his throws, he was throwing a little bit out of control, a little bit outside of the zone. So I gave him this exercise to inhale when he lifted his leg and take a half breath out, just relax when he was throwing. And I said, okay, I want you to throw a 2 fast, 2 change, 2 curve. And those pitches were amazing. He was able to focus on his breathing. And I got a text back from his dad last Sunday. Today's Tuesday, but I got a text from his dad, and he's like, whatever you worked on with my son, it paid dividends. And that's one of the main things we did. We focused on his breathing. It made him relax. He was allowed to throw some great pitches. The second breathing exercise I want to talk about, in sports psychology we call it box breathing or square breathing. And what you do is you inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4. And one of the things that I like to add in this box breathing is saying, I am confident and relaxed, or I am confident and unstoppable. I am strong and resilient. I am an all-star. You can add whatever you want to feel or be. That is up to you. But during the inhale, you say, I am. Hold your breath. During the exhale, whatever you want or to be, or to become. And one of the things this helps us do is it helps us really feel that emotion that we want to, and it helps us perform at a peak performance. So my invitation to you guys is look up some breathing techniques in sports psychology. Here are 2 of them. There are many. You got to find out what works for you and just go with that. But again, that's my invitation. Try some breathing exercises and write in the comments below and tell me what you think.